I'll be showing 8 new features in Outlook 365 Desktop as well as web. This includes Teams integration, OneNote integration, and the new Outlook board view. So let's get started. The first new feature is the ability to share any email directly into Teams into a specific channel. So I've got a really important email from Bill Lumberg about the new TPS cover sheets, and I want to make sure I share that to my team. So I've selected the message, and there's this Share to Teams button here. I'll click that. It pops up the Share to Teams dialog. I'm going to type in my staff team, and I'm going to put it to the Pineview Staff General channel. Now note it also will include the attachment because there's a TPS report example there. Let's click Share. Okay, now it's sending it right into Teams. Let's go see what that looks like. We'll click Go to Teams here. Hey, there it is. From Bill Lumberg, I sent that directly in. Let's open that attachment. Beautiful TPS report cover sheet. The second new feature is setting your meetings to start or end at a certain time. Especially during remote learning, this can be really important so you're not overscheduling the times for meetings. So I'll go to the File menu here and go down and choose Options. Now we'll click on Calendar and scroll down. You're going to see this shorten appointments and meetings to either end early or you could say start late. So let's say for less than 1 hour, like any 30-minute meeting, we're going to start at 5 minutes after the hour or after when it starts. Or if it's an hour meeting, just start 10 minutes late. Or if you want to just end early every time, you can switch it like this, and you can have a few more options in here. But this is great if you don't want to overload people with meetings that are back to back. This will automatically, when you create a meeting, shorten that. And I'll show a quick example. The third new feature is just adding online meetings to all your meetings. So instead of having to click the Teams button every time, if I check this on, by default, when I create a new meeting, it'll have Teams enabled already. Let's click OK, and I'll show both of these in action. So I'll go up here to drop down and choose Meeting. So here's my new meeting, and you can see that Teams is enabled by default. You can see the settings right here. I can access meeting options. I can also look here, and you can see it ends 5 minutes early because I had that setting that said end any meeting less than an hour 5 minutes early. If I wanted to create a new meeting that was an hour long, it would end it 10 minutes early by default. The fourth new feature is the Notes feed in Outlook for the web. So I'm here at office.com. I'll switch over to Outlook. Now I'm here in Outlook. There's a new button in the top, and this is your OneNote Notes feed. I'm a big fan of OneNote, so let's click this to open it up. What this does is it pulls in all of your sticky notes from all of your different sources, whether it's on mobile, whether it's in the browser, whether it's on OneNote for Windows 10, or even in OneNote 2016 or the desktop. So what I can do here is add different notes and roam them all around. So maybe in this case, I have a mail about the TPS report cover sheets and I want to add a note. I can click Add Note. Now here's a note here. I can go change the color. Let's make it purple. And then I'm done with that. It's right here. Now the fifth feature is sort of related, but let's say I have an actual phrase here. Oh, I want to highlight this, let go, and it'll pop up this little On Object menu. I can go here and choose to Add Note. So let's click that. New TPS cover sheets, and I want to add an image of that to make sure I remember. I'll click Insert Image at the bottom. Here's my TPS report cover sheet. Hit Open. Oh, looking good. I want to bold this so it's really important. Maybe underline it as well. And now I'm going to set this color to pink, and then I'm done. So now what happens is all these notes will roam everywhere because it is my OneNote feed. And right now you can actually filter. So you've got all notes. OneNote pages are rolling out very soon, and then you can see Samsung notes and sticky notes. So I'm going to switch over to OneNote for Windows 10 just to briefly show what that looks like. Here I am in OneNote for Windows 10, and in the top toolbar right here, there's a little sticky notes button. Let's click this to open it. There is my notes feed, my TPS report image, and my reminder here, so all my notes are roaming everywhere. This also works in the web. You can pull it up on iOS, on Android, so this is a really handy feature. The sixth new feature is customizing your Outlook toolbar. So if I go right here and hit the three-dot menu, there's a new choice called Customize. Let's click that. Now I can add all sorts of useful buttons to my toolbar, or I can remove some. Let's say that I don't use the sweep feature, I'll get rid of that. I do like the immersive reader, might use that a lot, and we will add the flag feature as well and click Save. Now you can see Show an Immersive Reader is there, the flag button is there. So this is a really easy way to customize your toolbar and add your favorite features up there. The seventh new feature is the Outlook board view. This is currently in targeted release for folks who have their tenants there. It's going to roll out globally in early summer. Now in Outlook, we're going to switch over to the calendar and click right here. Now I'm here in my Outlook calendar and I'm going to go up to the upper right and drop down the view menu, and you're going to see this new board option, and we'll choose this. Okay, keep everything in one place, calendars, agendas, tasks, other things. Let's start. Now by default, my board lays out a few different parts on the page. I have my calendar here, I've got tasks, I can take a note, and then there's some tips. The way this works is it's kind of like a canvas that I can scroll in and out of and add different parts to. If I go down here, this is important. This is how you can zoom in and zoom out. And I'm going to use the shortcut. So Control right bracket will zoom me in, and you can see here how it zooms in. And Control left bracket, if I hit it a bunch of times, zooms me out. If I click anywhere on this page, I can drag it all around. So it's nice in that it's a two-dimensional space, and as we'll see, I can organize it lots of different ways. So this Control right bracket and the left bracket are really handy to know where you're at any given time. Now first off, I can do things like size these different parts and move them around. So I'll click here on the note, and maybe I want to move it over here. I have the tips one I can move over here. I also have my calendar, and when you click on any part, not only do you see that the top here, the little toolbar, I can do things like, oh, I want to look at maybe my day or maybe my work week instead. I can also click the three-dot menu and have a lot of those same choices. So that same view menu is here. And I can resize this if I want. Maybe I want to make this a little bit narrower. I just click here and drag. And maybe this one here has all my events that are scheduled. You know what? I want to remove this one from the board. I'll click remove from the board. And you can see that disappears. And you can add it back later if you want. I also have my tasks. So this reads from all my tasks that I have in the to-do app. I've got a couple tasks going here. Now in this case, I'm going to move the tips over here. I'm going to move the OneNote note over here. And the OneNote integration is kind of nice because it integrates with the notes feed. I'm going to take a note right here. So I've taken a note, I'll add an image, and there's my little note, and I can make it a little bit bigger if I want. And note how you can put little chunks on top of each other. So I've moved this one on top of the tips. I can move it around like this. Now what's nice is this integrates with my notes feed. So I'm going to change the color here. Let's make this note purple. And I'm going to open up my notes feed right here. Open the OneNote feed. And here are my different notes. You can see they're already there in the feed. This one got added. So you've seen that notes integration, but one of the most powerful parts is you can add all sorts of new things to your board. Now first off, I'm going to close my little tips one here. I want to get this out of the way, remove from board. And now I'm going to go to add to board. Drop this down, and there's some parts here. We'll do show all. So check out all these parts. So first, let's try to add a goal. Maybe I have some goals I'm working on. Click this. It adds the little part here. And the goals are stored in the calendar app. So maybe I have a goal this week of, I want to finish my YouTube video. Let's set the date. I want to finish it by Tuesday. And I'm going to change the color of this so it can match with some of the other things. I'm going to make this purple as well. And I'm going to drag this over here. And I'm going to size my note a little bit smaller. Now note that finish my YouTube video also shows up on my calendar as a goal, which is kind of cool. Let's add some more things to the board. Drop this down. And this time let's choose file. I can choose different Office files and they will show us thumbnails and links on my board. So in this case, I'll scroll down and choose a geography document and click next. And there's my little geography document. I can drag this down. And again, to keep with the theme, I'm going to choose this as purple. And if I click this, it'll launch that document. There's my geography document. Now I'm going to speed up and add a few more things to the board here. Now let's say I want to lock the board. I want to lock this view. If I click lock view right here, now I can't drag anything around. See, I click here and I drag, nothing moves. So once you have the view that you want, you can lock that view. We'll unlock it in this case, and we'll add one more thing to the board. This time I'm going to add a collection. This is allowing you to collect a set of things in one place. So I choose collection here. I'm going to name this collection. This is my important project. So I'll drag my document into here. I'll drag my goal to finish my YouTube video. And I'm also working with Beijing pretty closely. I want to make sure I always know what time it is, so I'll drag that in here as well. And notice how you can organize different things, so I can change the order. Now what collections are nice for is it lets you put them anywhere you want, and they have to be vertical. So I'll move these over here, and I'm going to make my collection, again, a certain color. Nice pink. Now this collection can be put wherever I want. And maybe if I zoom out by doing Control left bracket a little bit, maybe I want to move my collection way over here on the other side so it's not with my calendar or my notes and other things that are on the board. And you can zoom back in with the control right bracket. The 8th and final new feature lets you turn on Teams meetings by default, just like you did in the desktop that I showed earlier. So first we'll go here to the settings gear and click that. Now we'll go down to view all Outlook settings at the bottom and click this. Now we'll switch to calendar, click on events and invitations, and you'll see add online meeting to all meetings, sort of similar where it'll make Teams available by default. Turn this on and then click save. Then close and let's create a new meeting. Go to the calendar. Okay, let's open up a new meeting here and invite someone. Important meeting. Now the Teams meeting won't enable until you invite someone. So I invited someone here and you can see that Teams meeting is now enabled. Select a time, ready to send it. Okay. And now my meeting is right here and it is a Teams meeting automatically. If you found this video useful, give it a like. Now, if you want to keep up with all the latest videos I'll be releasing, subscribe to my channel and then just ring the bell to keep notified for all the latest posts.